Hello friends, welcome to Digiliterate YouTube channel. On this channel, I talk about SaaS products. I also review them and create in-depth tutorials. In this video, I'm going to talk about a SaaS product called as Document360. Now, Document360 is going to help you create self-help resource pages or self-service knowledge base for your customers and employees. Now, if you are owner of a company that provides services, or if you are owner of a SaaS product, then you do need a knowledge base that solves all the confusions that a customers might face regarding your product. This is going to be a to the point tutorial where I'm going to show you exact steps that you need to follow to create that knowledge based site for your product or services. Now let's go to the laptop screen and see how it's done. Okay, so the first step is to visit document360.com, right? Once you are here, now there are many features over here. Now our main point or main focus is how you can create that first knowledge base site. To do that, you need an account. So make sure you sign up over here, complete all your basic details, verify your email, and you do require a work email, right? A simple email like gmail.com, yahoo.com will not work over here. So once that is completed, verify your account and we'll proceed to the next steps. Okay, so now to proceed to the next step, there are some few onboarding steps that you need to complete so that will get you started with your knowledge base. The first step is to just complete your profile information, first name, last name, and select your profile picture. And the second is like basic details like what is the name of your knowledge base that you want to give. I'm just giving out the company name as Impact Innovation. If you have any specific subdomain, then you can type it, or it will just use the name that you typed over here and just proceed to the next step. You can choose the editor. There are three types of editors that you can use to edit or write your articles in your knowledge base. So I would choose what you see is what you get HTML editor, but you are free to choose the latest that is in the beta version, or you can use the markdown editor as well. All of them are great and easy to use. You can choose your company logo from here, and you can choose your brand colors, primary and secondary brand colors. So if you have any logo, company logo, you can just go here and just edit from here. Let me show you. Just if you have a company logo, just edit from here, choose your brand, primary and secondary color, proceed to the next step. How you want your knowledge base to? Is the knowledge base you want only for your employees, or you want it for all the customers that are going to come to your website and check for get answer for their questions? So I'll just choose this public. You can also keep some part of the knowledge base as private and some has public, so you can choose the mix. I'm going with the public and just going to click on the create option. So now we are just finished with the onboarding step. Now let's move to the next steps. So once you complete the onboarding step, this is how the dashboard or user interface of Document 360 will look like. Now you might be feel overwhelmed at the beginning looking at all the stuff, but as you play around, you will see that it is very easy to handle. And if you read the documentation itself, you will become expert in managing all your documents and implementing this solution at your company alone. So in this video, I'm going to talk about documentation, but there are other stuff like Drive, analytics, content tools, API documentation, settings, etc. that we will cover later, that we may cover in the later videos, right? So talking about documentation part, so the first thing that you can see in the left hand side, there are some things. So I will explain it. What are those? So here you can see workspace. So basically you can create new workspace or you can manage the existing one. So workspace is basically what? So workspace is basically a complete documentation for your company. So you can, if you need different documentation for different product or services, you can create different workspace. But one workspace should be enough to get started for your company product, right? So homepage builder. So what is homepage builder? Homepage builder is basically a landing page that any user will see when they click on the documentation link on your website. So for example, let me show you the Document 360 landing page itself. So this is the tool Document 360, and they have their own they have their own landing page. So a person, suppose, let me go to the document 360 part. Let me go to the document 360 website. And suppose a person comes to document 360 and he may be looking for some answers. So, he may go to he may scroll down and click on the documentation part. So once he click on it, this is the landing page that he will see, right? And from here he can browse different categories that he wants answers for. Maybe he wants something related to homepage builder. He want to find something related to integration. So all those answers are properly arranged on this documentation, on this homepage, right? So that is how the homepage looks like. So for my company, they have already created this homepage that I can edit as per my requirements. So these are all the blocks you can edit. You can change the background color of these. You can change the texture. You can header background. All those things you can change from here, right? So it depends on how much creative you want to get here. In the search bar, obviously anyone can search for any keyword and get the answer they are looking for a particular article if that is existing, obviously added by you. Here you can like they have added here all those things, right? All those different categories that you can do over here. You can see you can also edit the categories, like obviously now what is this, like getting started homepage builder. So these are all the articles that are already, all those categories that are already added on my dashboard by the document 360 parts. So but these are, these are done by them, right? So I can just go to this document. So hope you understood what is the homepage right now, right? So that is clear. Now let me show you something else. So what I was talking about, these are the articles and categories, right? So these are all the articles and categories that are already added by the document 360 team, but you do not need them. You can just go here and delete them, right? These are just for the sample purpose they have given you. These are not needed, but you can just go through it, read the documentation part if you want to, but these are of no use to you. So all you have to do is just delete them. Let me delete them quickly. But these are all the categories that we were seeing on our homepage, right? Documentation, category, editor, getting started, because these were added by the team, right? But since you do not need them, you need to add your own documentation pages over here, right? So since you, as you can see that I have deleted all of those things now. Now we are going to add our categories based on our requirement or our product information, right? So here you have to go here and you have to add new category. So this is what it is. Now workflow assignment is basically what? So in workflow assignment, basically you can track all those status of your articles. Now suppose you are a part of a content editor team, which is responsible for writing articles or updating your content, self-help resource pages. So you can see that if any article is assigned to you, you can also see how many articles are currently in review stage, which needs to be reviewed for their quality. You can see how many articles are like published, how many articles are in the draft. So all those workflow assignments you can track from here, right? Talking about stared is basically like if you think that some articles are very important and you need quick access to them. Once you create the articles, you can just mark them stared and you will see all of those here, right? Talking about recycle bin, obviously even any article you delete are stored in the recycle day bin for some days, so you have a chance to recover them if you delete them mistakenly, right? Now we will create our first articles or knowledge base. Like this is how it will look like. Let me show you an example. Uh, so decisions.com is basically one of the clients of document 360. They have used document 360 to create their knowledge base for their company. You can see on the left hand side all the articles, knowledge base articles that they have created, how they have structured their articles properly, installation guide, getting started, data structure, flow. So any person who, if a person wants to know about forms, so he just go and click on create forms, and he can read the articles here. he can read the technical details, guidelines, etc. So this is the type of article or knowledge base we can create using Document 360. Another Mambu is another one that they have created using the Document 360 part. Let me show you their homepage also, how they have designed their homepage or the landing page we just discussed before, right? Let me show you that as well. So you see how they use Document 360 to create their homepage where the person can go and check all the important details. So if a person wants to know about user guide, he just clicks on it and he will land to this documents part and get answer to his questions. So similarly, you can create that using Document 360. So now talking about categories, let me show you. Okay, so now I will show you different type of categories. And for example, suppose this is the knowledge base of 360, right? So you see how they have managed all their categories properly, getting started, etc. Let's start. There are basically three type of categories: folder, index, and page. So folder is basically the main folder where you will store all the different type of categories, subcategories, etc. Index, again, index is a, index is basically again a type of folder, but inside that folder there will be different articles. I will show you as we proceed. Page is again similar to the articles only. So let's try with the folder now. Let's try a dummy thing, right? So it's a dummy structure of the articles documentation I have started. Let's start. Suppose I have SaaS product and I want to create a folder that include getting started with your product, right? So I'll just create a folder. You see this getting started folder has created. Now inside this I can add my own article about what is getting started is all about, or I can create subcategories or subfolder, right? I can add inside this, I can add another folder if I want to. Let me show you. Maybe I want to add quick start guide. I want to add this inside this getting started. So you can see inside this it has started with a quick start guide, right? Now suppose I want to write an article inside it. So I'll just add an article over here. I'll just click on here article. I will start the article name. Suppose I want to, it's a dummy thing, right? So maybe I would just type in navigating the dashboard. I'll just type this article, or I can also import by link existing articles, or I can use template, etc. Here I am creating the new article, and once you add an article, you will see a page that you see just like creating a web page. Or you just now here you need to write down all your articles that you want to write any text XYZ sample page just. So I'm just typing in anything over here, but you need to properly write your guide, right? You can see, do you have all the editing type? You can have insert links, you can insert code blocks, you can insert images, you can insert latex code if you want to deal with some mathematics. All those things you can add in, right? You can also have your own glossary, that means important terms that have in your uh, that you have in your knowledge base. So yeah, that's how you publish an article. So once it is done, you can change the status. You can see the status, it is in the draft stage. Once I publish, it will be in the publish stage, right? From here you can also check the analytics of that particular article. You can also create a discussion about that article. You can see how we who have edited the article previously. You can see that with the history, right? All the editing work that done by different members of your team. You can also use this health check metrics for checking the SEO metrics. So if you want to make it rank much higher on the Google, you can see that you have SEO metrics that you need to check in all. If you have included meta length, title length, description, external link, internal link. So if you do all those, you will rank higher on in the Google as well, right? All those things you can do. Here I will just click on publish. So you can see I'm just going to publish this article, and you see this article has been published, right? Now you can also add another article inside the same quick start guide, or you can just create more categories, right? Suppose I want to, or you can also change the category of this. Like suppose this is the folder category, but you can come over here and change this category to index or page that you want. Now I'll add another category. Suppose I want to add index category. Let me check any dummy stage, dummy. Let me take any dummy name for the guide. So update and release node. So this is the index I want. Now what happens under index is that, so this is the index page. So in what happens inside index page, that inside that index page, you will get a link to this index page, right? I will show you in later part. You can add different nodes inside this, different articles inside these index pages, right? So I can just add articles here. Let me try another dummy article. Let me try version history, and just create the article over here. You see, so inside this index page, we can list down different articles of ours, right? Just type in anything, any text that you want, and I'm just going to publish it. Okay, so now you have seen that we have published this article. So you can see that this is the index folder, and inside that we have different articles, right? So let's try creating more articles inside it. Let's try this another article. We'll type in. Let me take any dummy text. If I want to new feature overview, let me copy this one. Suppose this is the article title, and I will type in any text over here and just going to publish this article. And you see we have two articles inside this index folder. So how does this look like when we actually visit our documentation page? I will show you later on. Now another category that you would like or you can add is a page. Now it looks similar to the articles that we are publishing, that you are seeing right now. You can see these blue dots, green, light green. So these are the articles, right? So similar to it, this is going to be a new page is going to be similar. Now just going to add this security and privacy category, and I'm going to create a new category of security and privacy. So this is similar to the articles where you can write all related things to the security and privacy. So just let me copy anything just for the, let me just copy anything from here. Just copying and pasting this. Just publish this. So yeah, you see the page is similar to the articles, by the way, not much different. But how you want to structure everything is up to you and your requirement of the documentation that you are creating, right? So how does this look like? Now all you have to do is click on visit page, view site, and when you view site, you will see that this is our knowledge site, right? So you can see this subdomain that we created in the onboarding step, impact innovation. Dot document. So this is our home page, or you can see our landing page. And now if I click on documentation, it will lead to the document station that we created right now, right? So you can see this is the type of documentation that we created. Now talking about the index page, so as I told you that, so this is the getting started folder it was, right? So getting started folder does not have this its own slug or URL keywords, right? This, right? So but this index that we created, it has its own slug of the URL that you can directly share with your audience or your readers. And inside these there are different articles. Now this is the getting started folder. The getting started folder does not have any URL of its own. You need to click on the article inside the folder, and then you can navigate, then you can get the article, right? Now this is the page, security and privacy is the page. It's similar to the article that you can read directly, right? So this is how it's created, like similar to this one, right? Let me show you. Similar to this one, right? Similar to the documentation created by Document360 people themselves, right? So that's how you create the documentation part. Now in the next video we will see more about how you can create frequently asked questions and other things. For now I think everything is clear. You can this is what all the documentation, this is how you create your first knowledge based site for your own company or your SaaS product. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next video.